Good afternoon, YouTube. Happy Saturday. Closing out the month of July. It's been a while since I posted a video. Last night I was reflecting, watching back some of the previous videos that I posted, and one of the ones that I watched was talking about how May was, such a great month. Been busy. I think I had 8 jobs in the month of May. Had a tremendous month. I think it was like over $6,000 in sales. And, what a great month. And it was an absolutely great month, and it was a pivotal moment in this self-reliant story. And then I remember watching the other video that I posted a few weeks after that of the first week of June. I was sitting at the table. I was talking about the value of time and what people elect to do with their free time helps dictate and determine in the direction that they head in. So anyway, I was just recapping these videos, and I realized that I haven't posted a video in about 6 weeks. And, I don't know if anybody's been following or wondering how the self-reliant, how's business, how's the sink or swim situation, are we swimming, are we on land? Well, I tell you what, folks, thus far the greatest decision that I've made, being self-reliant and working for myself, and things have been steadily growing, and we have been getting busy. For the cap of June, how well did the company do? Folks, we tied the record for the most jobs in a month, which was 12, a phenomenal month. Gross sales for the month was like $13,500, which was the new company record for gross sales in the month. Net was very high too, almost 80% of that. With 12 jobs, absolutely crushed it in the month of June. June was phenomenal. Actually, was able to get ahead in a full months of next month's bills, as far as my personal bills. Of course, the company it makes enough money to pay for itself and all of its need and expenditures and supplies and gas, and it just does what it does. Like I said, I pay myself 60% of the profits off each job, so the other 40%, after tax deductions and all that stuff, the other 40% goes into the company, and I pay myself the 60%. But here we are towards the tail end of July. How's been July? Well, we've crossed over. We have broken a new record. The previous monthly record of jobs for the month has been 12, which we've set that twice. June being last month, being the second time that's ever happened with 12 jobs. Needless to say, we're coming up on the end of July. I just completed job number 14 for the month. Breaking it, busting, moving, growing, multiplying. And again, what are we looking at in gross sales? Well, I don't know if we're going to beat that 13.5 like we did last month, but we're dangling right at about $11,500 in sales, which is great. We're already at the second best month in my company's existence in 2.5 years. And I say second, meaning just behind the record-breaking month that we just had last year. It was funny. So I handwrite everything. I document everything. I'm very numerical. I like my charts. I like my numbers. I like my trends. I like my patterns. So when the year started, I made a grid chart to keep track of my monthly sales, how many jobs I had. And in my graphical chart for income, for gross income for each month, I think I topped it out like at $11,000. So when I made my graph, you know, from $0, I capped it out at about $11,000. So last month, when we had the $13,500 month, I didn't even accommodate in the chart for expecting sales to be that high. So we blew it out the charts, literally. Now here we are 1 month later, and again, I didn't make the chart big enough. Learning curve. I need a bigger schedule because my schedule that I've been using, it comes by default with about 6 individual lines on there for me to write things to do in my day, my daily planner. I need a bigger schedule. There's more things I have to fit in my day. And visually, I like to follow that in my schedule is a cluster. I need a bigger whiteboard. My whiteboard in my office. I have so many jobs and future jobs, potential jobs and contacts and to-do list on that whiteboard that it has now exceeded my whiteboard that I previously purchased about 1.5 years ago. Need a bigger whiteboard. And of course, I was just talking about the charts. The numbers coming in are surpassing my chart designs, blowing them out the frame, literally. I've got to make bigger charts with bigger numbers, with higher expectations. And that's where we've been. We've been busting records, busting ass for the last 7 weeks. And it's been tremendous. I've gotten into spending comfortably, spending freely. Now, I don't have a high expenditure appetite, but the taste has changed from the way it was for the first 2 or 3 months. And that was another thing I noticed when I was watching the recapping of the videos from the past, was how one of the videos I mentioned, I was able to take a young lady out to eat. I didn't cringe at the bill, the tab. It didn't bother me. But I also mentioned that now I can't just go out and go buy me a $20 Chinese buffet today. But it was nice to be able to be in that position, to be able to take a young lady out to eat, pay the tab. It was okay to pay it. Fast forward 2 months now, and that keeps me humbled watching these videos, as I had to go back and recap and remember the way literally just a few weeks ago the mindset was. And very appreciative and thankful the way the things are today. And it's not like that today. It's not like that today. I got the company van. It's completely branded and wrapped. It's freaking dope. It's probably the hardest freaking low voltage freaking vehicle out here on the road. Find one that looks better. Badass. But anyways, that's where we're at. I'm about to head to the house, chillax, fire up the grill. Got a bum shoulder, but it don't matter. We gonna keep it fucking moving.